Mushrooms, those humble fungi sprouting mysteriously from forest floors or farmers' markets, have a surprising talent. They can literally photosynthesize vitamin D. Not in the way plants do with chlorophyll and sugar production, but in a uniquely mushroom-y way that turns them into one of the only non-animal sources of vitamin D, specifically D2, when exposed to UV light. That's right. You can set a mushroom in the sun, and it will start pumping out vitamin D, almost like a small, edible solar panel wearing a fungus hat. Welcome to nature's most underrated biofactory. Here's how it works. Mushrooms, like human skin, contain ergosterol, a compound that functions similarly to cholesterol. When exposed to UVB radiation, ergosterol is converted into ergocalciferol, or vitamin D2. It's a slightly different form than the D3 your body makes from sun exposure, or that's found in animal-based foods like fatty fish, liver, or egg yolks. But for vegans, vegetarians, or the lactose-intolerant masses who avoid fortified dairy, mushrooms are a rare beacon of hope in the plant-based vitamin D desert. And not all mushrooms are equally photoreactive. Maitake, shiitake, portobello, and button mushrooms have all been studied for their vitamin D2 production potential. Maitake mushrooms, in particular, are overachievers. Given enough UV exposure, they can synthesize several hundred IU of D2 per 100 grams, sometimes reaching levels comparable to fortified foods or low-dose supplements. That means you can sauté your way toward better bone density and immune health, assuming those mushrooms have seen some sunshine. What's especially interesting is that this transformation can be triggered after harvesting. That's right, just like humans getting a suntan on the weekend, mushrooms can produce vitamin D even after being picked, as long as they're still fresh and exposed to UVB rays. Commercial producers now take advantage of this by blasting mushrooms with controlled UV light, creating vitamin D-enriched products that are labeled accordingly. You may have seen them at the store. High in vitamin D, they boast, and for once, the label is telling the truth. Now, before you run out and sunbathe your mushroom stash on the balcony, keep this in mind. Not all UV light is equal. UVB, 280 to 315 nanometers, is the sweet spot for vitamin D synthesis. Most indoor lighting doesn't cut it, and window glass blocks UVB entirely. So if you're going full DIY mushroom fortification, you need either direct sunlight or a UVB lamp, and even then, exposure time, angle, moisture content, and surface area will all affect the results. Mushrooms with more surface area, like sliced portobellos, tend to generate more D2. But here's the catch, and of course, there's always a catch. While vitamin D2 is better than nothing, it's not quite as potent or stable as vitamin D3. D2 degrades faster over time and may not raise or maintain serum 25-OH D levels as efficiently as D3 does. Some studies show that D3 is about twice as effective at boosting and maintaining circulating vitamin D levels. So while UV-exposed mushrooms are a viable and valuable option, especially for vegans, they may need to be consumed more frequently or in larger amounts to match the biological impact of animal-based or supplemental D3. Still, there's something delightfully poetic about a mushroom capturing sunlight and turning it into a nutrient essential for human health. It's a rare collaboration between plant-adjacent life forms and solar energy, benefiting creatures like us who often forget to go outside. In a way, mushrooms are not just food, they're miniature wellness labs, and vitamin D production is just one of their weird and wonderful tricks. Just be warned, not all store-bought mushrooms are UV exposed. Many are grown in the dark, especially those pristine white button mushrooms, which means they contain virtually no vitamin D unless they've been specially treated. If the package doesn't say UV exposed or high in vitamin D, don't assume you're getting any D2 at all. It's like expecting a glow stick to shine without cracking it open first. In conclusion, mushrooms exposed to UVB light are a powerful, natural, vegan-friendly source of vitamin D2. They won't fully replace D3 in terms of biological efficiency, but they're one of the few whole food options that don't come from an animal or a lab. They're cheap, delicious, sustainable, and frankly, they're doing more to fight deficiency than half the supplement aisle. So if your bones are feeling creaky, your immune system is in low-power mode, and the sun hasn't visited your skin in weeks, you could do worse than letting some shiitakes sunbathe on your windowsill. Just don't forget to cook them first, because raw mushrooms may be magical, but they're also kind of gross.